All right, so we've got a wrap on the day one of the ZRD build. This is the Freestyle RC chassis, 1/10 scale monster truck, solid axle. We're also running the Freestyle axles, and these have Emax parts in it. We did not show that. That part was done before I ended up getting this chassis anyway, and so that wasn't actually part of this build. Those were already put together by Jeremy and myself. And so yeah, those were cut down. The axles are in here from like the Emax, T-Max, and then the diffs are in there as well from those, the 3.3 diffs. And so basically what we had to do last night was attach everything. So we put the links to the axles, and then we assembled the sway bars. And the thing that I learned quickly was I started doing the shocks first, but it just made more sense because I had to get this screw in here and nut that I actually ended up taking this, basically this shock receiver piece here off so that I could easily do that. Then I put this on and built the shocks. So we put oil in the shocks. Don't know what oil it was. It was whatever they came with. And so we're going to give that a run and just see how they do. There's a couple things that some people might know about this already, but I'm actually hitting here. You can see it hit the shock when it goes through, so I might have to move those out another little bit here, unless somebody else has done something else and they want to tell me what they've done. I think the plan is going to be we're going to mount our ESC kind of up on this wall here. So I think that's going to go up there because the battery's right below it, makes it nice and clean that way. The receiver, I may try and put in here, but that's kind of a long run for all my cables, so I might just also mount the receiver up here as well and keep everything together. So that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. And yeah, we'll have to do the transmission and the motor mount in here, at which point I'm gonna have to take off this back part of the tray because there's screw holes underneath here that I've got to be able to get to put into the top of this. So I may just Dremel that out so I don't have to remove it every time. We'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of where the build is at right now. I'm waiting because I need to get his tribute wheel adapters for these. Basically, they have hexes built right into the adapter that mounts into the back of the wheel. And so you replace this little hex adapter with his, and it's all built in. It just basically goes right on here. So yeah, we'll see what that's going to look like when that comes in the mail. I need to get a servo still, grease for this. I was thinking I got some udder butter coming. I might use that. Josh said that he uses wheel bearing grease, and so I don't actually have any of that, and so I'm still thinking about using the udder butter because I use that in a lot of other gears and things like that. So it's nice and smooth. So we'll give that a try and see how it does. But this thing's a beauty, that's for sure. Also, while I was at it, I needed something, so I went ahead and just put the servo saver on. And so we'll have to see what kind of adjustability I need to do for that. But overall, it's been easy to assemble because this was already built with all the other stuff in there. The links were already attached. I just had to connect them to the axles, which was pretty easy. I had all the hardware and stuff from the axles to be able to do it, and it's been pretty easy so far, other than having to take off 2 sets of shocks since I put this side on before I realized the problem I was going to have with the sway bars. So I did have some errors. They were my own. I put one of the front sway bars here, the shorter ones, on the back, and so I had to take it off, and so I had to do one of them a couple times, but it wasn't a big deal. It's just a few screws and you know, maybe a minute or two extra work. Not a big deal. But yeah, it's looking good. Can't wait to get some power through this thing, get some wheels on it, and see how it does, because it definitely looks good, and I want to see it perform. And then I can figure it out and dial in the shocks with what kind of oil and stuff I want in those after I get it all ready. So yeah, that's the update for now, guys. build update number 1 on the ZRD. Super excited. So be sure, guys, to leave comments down below, things that you'd like to see with this. You know, any questions you might have about this chassis or Freestyle RC. I can try my best to answer them or find out any answers you might have. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Let us know you were here and you liked the video. Or leave us a comment down below. So thanks for tuning in. As always, guys, have fun RCing, and we'll catch you next time.